Hello, everyone. I'm hoping we're live.
Hello, hello.
Let's- I'll just open it up, the stream on my end.
Yeah, let me check. Oh, yeah, we're live.
Great.
Hello. I think I saw Vegan Postmortem said hello already. Hello.
So far, Hello, Vegan Postmortem. Bianca. Hey, you like beans?
Who doesn't like beans?
So thanks everyone for joining in again. The last time was a blast of logical consistency. It was good fun. It's a good way to just get some sort of, frustration out, react to some content.
Yeah, I got to get the frustration out. I have to talk about these guys at least once a week.
But for people interested, you had a stream yesterday. It was your anniversary, right?
Yes. No, Patrick, it's
Well,
veganiversary. So, yes, 7 years vegan. Technically, it was on the 13th, but I could only live stream yesterday, so that's when I had it.
no, I need to have one as well. I don't know
You
this is a
do?
thing. I don't know this
Oh
is a
yeah,
thing.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
vegan. I mean, some people don't care, but it's fun. It's just a reason to eat some junk food and hang out, so it's fun.
But yeah, we'll wait for maybe a couple extra minutes for some people to join us.
Sure, sure. Is
So,
do we sound good? Is the audio good in the chat? If somebody could tell us. It should be good.
so the goal is this one's 16 minutes. Well, almost 17 minutes. And potentially, you also sent me an Anthony Chafee video as well. Potentially, we can do both. Who knows?
We'll see. I don't have too much time today. I do have something after this, so I've got probably like an hour and a half.
All right.
So we'll see. It depends on how much we stop in this one. We do pretty in depth rebuttals,
Analysis.
so we'll see what happens.
Great. So we'll see then. All right. So the video is called Three Proven Ways Carnivore Diet Works. Okay. So straight off the bat, proven, that's a red flag because science deals with uncertainty and nothing's certain in science. When the best scientific communicators, they all deal in, probabilities, such as you can be certain or you can not certain, you can be with a high degree of confidence, sure that something will happen when the evidence is very good and points in one direction, but nothing is ever, proven. But this is, I think, sort of to grab attention.
And also, as two individuals that have, I would say you're probably better or more well versed, but as two individuals who have looked into the literature, I'm like excited to know what she's going to pull up to prove that the carnivore diet works, because as far as I know, there really isn't any good science. So that's going to be exciting. And yeah, I don't know if you watched it yet. I haven't watched it because I told you I like to be surprised. So I'm sure I'm in for a treat here.
Yeah, this time I haven't seen this one as well. It's
Oh,
only
nice.
you sent it to me. It's 2 days old, the video. Let's check. Has it got any references? Okay, this one has got some studies.
Ooh, okay, nice. Finally.
All right, so let's get into it.
Have you ever wondered why some people swear by the carnivore diet? Maybe you've heard about its incredible benefits from advocates like me, but wondered how it actually works. For years, you've been told that carnivore will change your life. But where's the proof? Whether you're a beginner, just getting started, or a carnivore veteran, what's going on in your body when you're on this diet is truly amazing. And I think it's time you knew the details. So in this video, we're diving deep into the science behind the carnivore diet to uncover 3 proven ways it can absolutely transform your health and wellness, and give you the science behind these epic changes. From weight loss to improved mental clarity, get ready to discover why so many are starting the carnivore diet and why they stay on it. But first, let me tell you why thousands, if not tens of thousands of people have ditched the veggies, sugars, and bread for a carnivore diet. Unfortunately, there are a lot of smoke and mirrors when defining what is actually healthy. When you're consuming veggies, fruits, carbs, sugars, your body is subjected to a cascade of biochemical reactions that can destroy your health.
So straight off the bat, she's lumped in a lot of different foods together. And it's important to consider the health outcomes of foods individually, rather than lumping in sugar, which could be associated with more what we commonly see as junk food, with vegetables, fruits. So that's,
and also, and there's no differentiation between different kinds of carbs, different kinds of bread. Also, it's very fanatical language, which, again, if anybody who speaks that way, especially with diet, because like health and diet, like these areas of our life, there's such a strong history with like BS and like exaggerated results and fakeness, like inauthenticity. So any type of fanatical language, I'm already skeptical.
Yeah, for sure. It's designed, this language, to create attention. You know, it's not how scientific communicators communicate. Like, it's when someone's a little bit more unsure about what they're saying, I have actually more confidence to what they're saying, because the best scientific communicators, they're all a little bit unsure, that rather than being completely, hyperbolic with what they're saying.
But don't be too unsure, like Sean Baker.
Yeah.
Don't be just for entertainment purposes. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I don't want to go too off track, but did you see his most recent video with Thomas DeLauer? I don't know if I said that one to you, but
you didn't.
I watched it. Yeah, he did an interview. So apparently, I don't know if he said he's going to continue keeping fruit, but he added fruit in for a little bit. So he added fruit into his diet for a little bit because he wanted to see if it would help better or help his cholesterol or something. And in that video, again, he's very like measured. Like, as soon as he's next to another person, he's very calm. He's like, yeah, I don't know if it works. Maybe you should add carbs in. But as said, the second he's alone on YouTube, he just totally throws everything out.
No, I've seen him admit that ApoB is a causal, independent cause factor for heart disease. So he's got some interviews where he speaks with actual experts, and it seems he's a little bit less, he's a little bit more evidence-based when he's with an actual lipidologist.
Because he knows he won't get away with it. Like, he can't just say whatever you want with somebody who knows what they're doing or what they're talking about.
When you indulge in a diet rich in veggies, fruits, and carbs, this influx of sugar sends your blood sugar levels skyrocketing, triggering a surge of insulin production from your pancreas. Over time, this chronic elevation in insulin levels can lead to insulin resistance. Furthermore, many vegetables and fruits contain anti-nutrients.
Yeah, as far as what I'm familiar with, not every carb creates such a large spike. Blood sugar spike, right? You have complex carbs and whole grains that are high in fiber, and fruits that are high in fiber that have a much lower, what is it called, on the glycemic index, right? They're much lower on the glycemic index. So again, there's no differentiation. If she said, if you eat simple sugars and candy, that's going to create spikes in your blood sugar, which could lead to diabetes, okay. Or insulin resistance, but to say that whole grains, fruits, and vegetables are going to lead to insulin resistance, there's just no evidence of that.
Yeah, and for example, here I'm opening up a paper. It's a healthful plant-based diet that's associated with lower type 2 diabetes risk by improved metabolic state and organ function. So this was a prospective study, more than 100,000 participants. And yeah, it's finding that a healthful plant-based diets may protect against type 2 diabetes. So I don't see how she's just jumping to that conclusion that vegetables or creating insulin resistance. And
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed with carnivore dieters is because a higher consumption of like processed carbs and processed foods have been associated with like increased risk of chronic disease or insulin resistance, they just lump all carbs into that like association, and that's just not true. Like you have to differentiate them. We have evidence showing that it is different. Like processed carbs and simple carbs are very different, in terms of health outcomes compared to carbs or plant foods high in fiber, so it's just very different.
And I'll share you one extra study which came out recently. So this was like a recent study. It was looking at sort of insulin hypersecretion, and it found that women who have, a more robust post-challenge insulin secretory response might actually, it doesn't actually indicate adverse cardiometabolic health, but rather portends favorable metabolic function in the years to come. So Nutrition Made Simple made a really good video on this, is that insulin response is actually a sign of good metabolic health in response to eating carbohydrates.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense to me.
So I'll get back up.
Nutrients such as lectins and phytates, which can interfere with nutrient absorption and wreak havoc on your digestive system. You feel lethargic and need to eat even more. These anti-nutrients can also damage the delicate lining of our gut, leading to leaky gut syndrome, a condition where toxins and undigested food particles leak into our bloodstream, triggering an immune response and contributing to systemic inflammation. Imagine your gut becoming a battleground with harmful compounds tearing apart the protection.
So again, I can be here all day just opening up papers which go against what she's saying. So I've got, a document, gut health. I've got just a whole list of studies, and one particular study. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, from what I've seen, like, after listening to a few different people, it doesn't sound like leaky gut syndrome. Is that an actual, like, documented condition? I don't know if they're referring to different, like IBS or like, like different digestion conditions, or like, what is leaky gut syndrome? Is that like is there like a study on that, or?
Yeah, I'll be interested to know as well. And it's very multifactorial as well. People attribute diet to sort of everything, when a lot of it can also be related to other external factors as well, such as IBS can be triggered by stress, and
could be genetic too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just don't I keep hearing this leaky gut syndrome. Like, what are they? It sounds like she's saying that she said like the plant fibers are going to destroy your gut lining and then leak toxins into your organs or something. Like that's almost what she said just now. And it's like, what could we be like more specific? What do you mean? Are you saying that people who eat a whole food plant-based diet are going to destroy their gut lining? Because there's no evidence of that.
Yeah, just show us the evidence, right? Back up the claim with some studies.
Right.
Barrier, allowing toxins to infiltrate your bloodstream, poisoning your body from within. And let's not forget about the detrimental effects of certain plant compounds known as oxalates. Oxalates have been implicated in the formation of kidney stones and can wreak havoc on your urinary tract. It's like having sharp, jagged crystals forming within your kidneys, causing excruciating pain and potentially irreversible damage to your urinary infiltration systems.
Again, there's studies looking at healthful plant-based diets in which people who have high adherence to healthful plant-based dietary patterns, they have lower rates of chronic kidney disease. So this is not backing up her claims.
And also, there are plenty of plant foods that aren't high in oxalates. Like if oxalates are really that's a weird oxalates. If oxalates are really a concern for you, you could just avoid oxalates. Like the big one that people always point to is like spinach. They're like, if you eat raw spinach, you're going to get kidney stones. It's like, okay, don't eat raw spinach. Just eat some, like there's so many edible plants. There's so many different varieties. Even if oxalates are a concern for you, that's not an excuse to not eat all of the other beneficial plant foods or eat a plant-based diet.
Yeah, if someone has a risk of kidney stones and they want to go on a low oxalate diet, it's completely possible to follow a low oxalate diet as well, just by picking foods lower in oxalates, or trying to potentially find different measures, such as drinking a little bit more water or trying to eat a little bit more calcium with the oxalate foods if they eat oxalate-rich foods.
Yeah, there's like a lot of fear-mongering where they will say, like carnivore dieters will say, because plants contain this compound, it's poisonous. Like there's no way to work around it, right? They act as if we haven't developed ways or haven't done the research on how to work around oxalates or lectins or whatever other anti-nutrient they want to point to, when that's just not the case. We know how to avoid any type of harmful compound that are in the plant foods we eat.
And yeah, she, in response to Vegan Postmortem, she did add links in the description. So far, she hasn't cited them in her speech. Yeah,
I do want to take a look at them, though. I am very excited.
We can have a look. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Normally, it's the same sort of studies that they cite. They love the community, the carnivore community organization, or whatever you want to call it. They love to sort of find a few outliers and sort of cite them again and again. They sort of attach to an outlier.
But perhaps most concerning of all is the impact of plant-based diets on your mental health. Studies have shown that diets high in carbs and sugar can contribute to mood swings, anxiety, and even depression. This is due in part to the rapid fluctuations in blood sugar levels, as well as the disruption of neurotransmitter functions caused by certain plant compounds. When you're eating bad foods disguised as healthy and harmless, your brain chemistry becomes imbalanced, plunging you into a dark abyss and robbing you of joy and vitality. So there you have it, the dark side of a diet rich in veggies, fruits, carbs, and sugar.
Like, what are we talking about? Again, she keeps just blanketing carbs and sugar. We have to look at long-term health outcomes of specific foods, or I guess larger groups of foods. There are complex carbs that are high in fiber. I have not seen any studies where somebody eating a whole food plant-based diet, high in fiber, whole grains, fruits, veggies, that have worse, higher incidence of depression. Right? I don't know if people being plunged into a dark abyss and being robbed of their vitality. Like, what kind of language is this?
And again, just in this year, there's a new paper out. It's called Association of Plant-Based Dietary Patterns with Depression and Anxiety Symptoms in Chinese Older Adults. There was more than 11,000 older adults, nearly 12,000. And again, the findings promote healthful dietary patterns, that lean towards more plants. So again, nothing compatible with what she's saying.
Yeah, when she says like a diet high in sugar and carbs lead to fluctuations which can affect your moods. Yeah, that I wouldn't be surprised if that's true. But what kind of carbs are we talking? If people are eating mostly white bread and cookies, yeah, I could expect that to maybe negatively impact your moods because they're higher on the glycemic index or whatever. So like, again, it's not as simple as just saying, well, if you eat any carbs or like a high amount of any carbs, it's going to have the same effect. That's just not true.
Sugar. Now let's skip the bread and get into the butter of how carnivore, bar none, has proven itself to be an epic strategy for health and wellness that really works. So having been carnivore for over 5 years, I'm going to make the first point that eating more meat and less of everything else will heal your body from years of abuse or disease. Carnivore is an elimination diet, less so because of what you can no longer eat, and more so because you truly are eliminating something important, which is all kinds of inflammation. Let's start with insulin resistance, otherwise known as hyperinsulinemia. Insulin resistance occurs when cells in your body don't respond effectively to insulin, causing glucose levels to rise exponentially. Symptomatically, insulin resistance can lead to fatigue, the infamous Buddha belly bloat, and oh yeah, weight gain. All these things signal a serious imbalance in blood sugar levels. Imagine your body becoming resistant to its own insulin, leaving glucose unable to enter your cells for energy production, leading to a relentless cycle of high blood sugar levels and insulin overload. But the repercussions don't stop there. The consumption of carbohydrates and sugar also sets the stage for inflammation to run rampant through your body. This chronic stage of inflammation has been linked to a myriad of health problems, including cardiovascular disease, autoimmune and metabolic disorders, and even problems, including cardiovascular disease. Inflammation has been linked to a myriad of health problems, including cardiovascular.
So far we're almost, 5 minutes in, and everything she's talking about, it's not compatible with what we see in the population level for healthful plant-based dietary patterns. We see healthful plant-based dietary patterns, they tend to lower inflammation, they tend to lower cardiovascular disease rates. So the type 2 diabetes remission is mostly driven by weight loss. So I'll grant it that in the short term, there could be some health benefits from going on an elimination diet. If you're losing weight, it could improve some, biomarkers, and could potentially also lead to type 2 diabetes remission. But it's also important to consider the whole health span of life. And
I mean, it's all great if you are overweight and you go on an elimination diet, you lose that weight, and your type 2 diabetes goes into remission. But if you're increasing your risk for cardiovascular disease, which, because their LDL is most likely going to skyrocket, they will be, you got to look at the whole package. I agree with you 100%. And also, where's the evidence that a consumption of whole grains, fruits, and vegetables increases your risk of heart disease or cardiovascular disease? That completely doesn't exist. So,
vascular disease, autoimmune and metabolic disorders, and even cancer, which we know from Dr. Thomas Seyfried is an inflammatory metabolic disease and not a genetic one. Picture your body's immune system going into overdrive, attacking healthy tissues and organs, leaving you vulnerable to a host of debilitating.
Oh, she said not a genetic one. There's actually people with genetically elevated LDL cholesterol levels, and they are observed to get heart disease very early in life, even when, they're actually, when looking at healthy populations of people with higher cholesterol levels. And there's also a cohort, it's called the PISA cohort, where people had very low insulin levels, fasting insulin, and they were still, LDL cholesterol was correlated with heart disease. So it's an independent risk factor, the evidence suggests, regardless of what your other biomarkers are. So I'm not sure, when she says it's not genetic, because if you've got genetically elevated LDL cholesterol levels, as Vegan Postmortem said, familial hypercholesterolemia, if you have this, you're at risk. And these people, if they feel they're at risk, take a statin if the doctor recommends based on their LDL cholesterol levels and ApoB.
Yeah. No, I always find like the way that they're comparing the diets, right? I feel like carnivore dieters like to they make this claim, or they like, based on what they're saying, it sounds like they're like implying that most people are eating like a healthy plant-based diet and they're still getting all these diseases. Like they make it sound like, oh, you're eating whole grains, fruits, veggies, no meat or very minimal meat, and you're getting all these diseases, try the carnivore diet. When in reality, that's not the case. There's a very high consumption of red meat and processed meats. They're eating, like, they don't meet the whole grain requirement. They don't meet the fruits and vegetable requirement. Like, what percentage, I think, what is it, like, almost nobody is following the dietary guidelines in the US. So what are we comparing it to? Again, they frame it in a way that like people are getting diseases even though they're following what the vegans are telling them to do. And that's just not true.
And Vegan Power Lab says what it is with these carnivores, like we fight for animals, they promote a diet. It's clear that they're not ethically orientated, but I did see Paul Saladino. He said he only eats animals because he cares about animals. He said this one time, actually. And then I saw another reel of him recently where he said on his death row meal, he would still have like a steak on if he's about to die. So that shows to me, it's just hypocrisy. He doesn't actually care what he's saying. Because, they talk about, I only eat steak to only eat one animal per year. And then there's a clip of Paul Saladino saying, what would I eat in my death row meal? It'll be a steak. If you truly cared, he'll just say, I would starve I wouldn't get anything on my last meal.
Yeah, and it's, we caught, me and my fiance, we reacted to, I think it was Ken Carnivore week, or maybe somebody else, I don't remember. But Julia called it the me diet, right? Because it's all about themselves, right? Every aspect of the carnivore diet, or what they talk about the diet, is strictly about themselves, how they feel, their individual like anecdotal experience. Vegans, we might talk about nutrition like we are now, but ultimately we do want to see a future, or we are like aiming for a future that eliminates the exploitation of animals, reduces suffering, reduces death, stuff like that. It's from a moral position. Whereas the carnivore dieters, they're only concerned with their own experience. Forget about animals. Like, even if what they're saying is incompatible with the science and may lead other people to have worse health outcomes, they don't care about that either. They're fine with just talking about misinformation and purely going off of their own experience.
Illnesses. Have you ever wondered why you wake up with pain in your shoulder, back, neck for no good reason? That's called inflammation. Studies have shown that reducing or eliminating intake of
So someone could just go to the gym and have, pain from an intensive workout. Doesn't mean it's necessarily a problem.
Yeah, I walked like 6 miles with my backpack on yesterday and my shoulders are a little sore. Like, I'm not going to blame it on my plant-based diet.
inflammatory foods, such as refined carbohydrates and processed foods, can lead to a decrease in markers of inflammation in the body. In a study titled Behavioral Characteristics Among 2029 Adults Consuming a Carnivore Diet, patients were shown to have significant improvements in insulin sensitivity and glycemic control after only 12 weeks on the carnivore diet. Supporting this are findings published in the American Journal of Lipid Research showcasing metabolic benefits of the carnivore diet,
Do we want
including
to
reduction.
pause and take a look at that study since she
Let's have a look.
cited it?
She didn't, name her
didn't label it.
sources. What was it? Was there a journal there? American Journal of Lipid
Honestly,
Research.
I think she might have. I swear, I think she linked that survey, that carnivore survey.
Oh, what was the year? It was 2024, right?
No, well, it said. Hold on.
2029 adults. Yeah.
Like something about. I think she just linked that social media survey, but I don't know. But it says patients, so I don't know.
Yeah. Should I just keep on clicking the links until I find it?
Yeah, or I don't know if you want to look it up separately, like just type that title in or
What
something.
was the name? Can you read it out to me?
Yeah. Behavioral characteristics among 2,029 adults
Yeah.
consuming a carnivore diet.
Okay, it's 2021, the year. So it's a social media survey.
Yeah. Do you know what's so dishonest about that is she put patients. These are not patients. They were not in like a metabolic ward. This is not a controlled trial. This isn't even like a cohort or like
Yeah.
epidemiology. It's just a social media survey. They always cite this, and it drives me crazy.
This is what I said at the start of the stream, that it's the same few studies just on loop, on repeat.
But look, she tried to like the way that she's presenting it. It's like an official study, and it's not. Like they spin it in a way because like if you had no clue about nutritional science, if you had no clue about how to research, you would watch this video and go, "Oh my God, wait a second, patients? Oh my, this is official. This is an official thing. They what did it say? Like after 12 weeks, their diabetes symptoms went away or something. Like it's just crazy how misleading it is."
So this is the study, right? Behavior. Well, this was what was written. And so
Yeah,
it says
it looks like it. Yeah.
a total of 2,029 respondents.
Yep. Reported consuming a carnivore diet for 14 months. Yep.
But she said, what did she say after only
She
12
said
weeks?
patience. She
Yeah.
said patience. And she said after 12 weeks, something about insulin resistance, I think. But if you look at the methods, so that's the thing is I had somebody on the street who was saying carnivore diet's the best. I said, show me any research. He pulled us up, but I said, there's a social media survey. He's like, I don't care. You told me to show you research. It's like, you have to look at the methodology. You can't just pull up anything.
Do you know what this 12 weeks is about that she's saying?
No, does it not reference that in the study at all?
Well, I don't know.
Or in the
12,
social
12
media
12
survey?
weeks is what, 3 months, right?
Yes.
So, well, here, reported consuming a carnivore diet for 14 months. Yeah. I don't know where she got this,
So did she just make that up? Like, because this is a study. It says 2,029 participants. It matches the title she gave.
Yeah,
Is there any reference about like insulin resistance or anything?
Well,
Oh, and hold on. It did just say that the respondents, they experience a large decrease in BMI. So like there's nothing special about the carnivore diet in terms of putting your diabetes in remission. They just lost weight.
yeah.
So any diet, if you lose weight, you probably have a similar effect.
And again, it's all self-reported current,
And it's a
and
social
pre-diets.
media survey. There is no verified there. This isn't even like a food frequency questionnaire where you follow people. This is literally one survey they sent out on social media to people who are already following the carnivore diet.
And it's like self-reported prevalence and the changes in chronic conditions and medical usage. So I'm not too sure which specific parameters she's talking with regard to insulin sensitivity and glycemic control.
Yeah, let's go back to the claim. If we go back to the video, I just want to know what the claim is. The exact claim.
in your shoulder. Eliminating intake of inflammatory foods such as refined carbohydrates and processed foods can lead to a decrease in markers of inflammation in the body. In a study titled Behavioral Characteristics Among 2029 Adults Consuming a Carnivore Diet, patients were shown to have significant improvements in insulin sensitivity and glycemic control after only 12 weeks on the carnivore diet. Supporting this are findings published in the American.
Where is that anywhere in the study? First off, the social media survey was for people who were on the diet for longer than 6 months. It said greater than or equal to 6 months. So first off, these people were on a carnivore diet for longer than that. Second of all, where did it show that conclusion anywhere in that survey? Unless we're missing it. I know we're reading it quickly, but...
Yeah, I did see somewhere it said HbA1c was unchanged from pre-diet to current. So HbA1c, that's like the main measure of diabetes, right? Because it measures like glycated hemoglobin. And so like there was no statistical difference, I guess, based on what the text is saying.
Yeah, and they lost weight. We know that when you lose weight, type 2 diabetes, your symptoms get better. Like, we know that.
Yeah, so pre-diet, what was it? It's kind of difficult to read this, but 5.3. So pre-diet, it was 5.3, the medium HbA1c, and the current is also the same at 5.3.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Like, you can make it sound as official as you want in the video, but when you actually look at it, it's just garbage. It's just garbage. And that's the only thing that whenever somebody says, oh, I have a study on the carnivore diet, I say, okay, yes, show me. And they always cite this social media survey because there's nothing else.
Oh yeah, I thought I was sharing my screen, but not.
American Journal of Lipid Research showcasing metabolic benefits of the carnivore diet, including reductions in fasting insulin levels and improvements in lipid profiles, further supporting its ability to reverse hyperinsulinemia. Now that your chronic blood sugar spikes will metabolic benefits, supporting this are findings published in the American Journal of Lipid Research showcasing metabolic benefits of the carnivore diet, including reductions in fasting insulin levels and improvements in lipid profiles, further supporting its ability to reverse hyperinsulinemia.
Wait. So now she's saying they've got another study on the carnivore diet in the American Journal of
Lipid Research.
So let's see.
Oh no.
You know what? I might as well just share my screen. I think it'll be better, just so you can see.
It'd be nice if she would label them. Whenever I cite studies, I always label what they are. It's kind of annoying. I know some vegans though who don't cite studies. I know Lifting Vegan Logic just puts them all there, so I get it. But it'd be nice if we could like organize it.
So it was American Journal, right? Okay, yeah. Let's go. No, Journal. Was it that one?
It said Lipid Research, American Journal of Lipid Research.
Journal. I'm just going to go through them one at a time. No, it's not that one. No.
We found the other one though.
Account of 2 cases of diabetes. I don't know what that.
Hold on, is it the is it the AJCN one maybe? Because there's a link. It says AJCN, American Journal.
I think that's American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, this one. I would guess. Bioactive. We'll give it 2 more minutes, see if we can find this paper that she's talking about, an extra carnivore diet paper, which I haven't seen or heard about.
No, Alzheimer's.
So I think I've clicked all of them, right? Which are not. So I've clicked all of them, I think, which are not newspaper articles. Because here she's got.
I was going to say you missed the New York Times one, but.
Yeah. how, yeah, obviously it's going to be some sort of conspiracy theory here. Yeah, I'm interested. What is this paper that she's talking about? American Journal of Lipid Research? Because there's here the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, which is a
Dude,
meta-analysis.
I swear. So I just Googled American Journal of Lipid Research, and I Googled that with carnivore diet,
Yeah.
and the self-reported survey comes up, the social media survey. I think she's just saying it's just, like, I don't know if this is referenced in that social media survey, but when I Google that, it brings up American Journal of Lipid Research.
Okay, so that was the study which we were looking at earlier on, which was, I think, is it this one? So, all right, so which journal was that? This is current developments, American current developments in nutrition, but yeah.
Yeah, what is she referencing? Because it doesn't
Yeah, this is the tough, but because she talked about the survey, right? And then she said this is backed up by research by the American Journal of Lipid Research. So I'm presuming there'll be another paper to back up.
Yeah,
survey.
no, I would hope so, but when I Google it, nothing else comes up except the social media survey. That's so weird.
Yeah, it's a strange one.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Clear look, if she's not able to organize it, I mean that's not our problem. But we're not buying it. Bread I almost called her bread and butter. We're not buying it beef and what's her name? Beef and
What's
butter
that?
gal?
Steak and
Steak and butter. Okay.
Oh, lost it. Lost it for a second.
Hold on, was that webpage in French?
Yeah,
You can speak French? You can read French?
yeah.
How many languages do you know? So you got Russian, you got French, you got English. What else?
Come again?
How many languages? Because you could speak Russian, you could speak French, you could speak English. What else?
I can speak German
Wow.
as well.
That's
And,
crazy.
And I can get by also with Swiss German and Vietnamese because I lived in Vietnam before.
What? Dude, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I've just got good old American right up here, buddy. Well, you know, I understand Russian, but other than that, it's just good old American. Not even English, just American.
Yeah, I think it's better that I just share the tab only. But what gave away the French? What did you see?
The webpage. You had the Google page, like the Google search open, and it was all in
Okay.
French.
Okay. Did you learn French at school?
I did. I did take French in high school. Don't remember a single thing, but I remember what it looks like.
Okay, so where were we? So
Right there.
Vegan Power Lab is asking, she's saying it's was it the Journal of Lipid Research?
Yeah.
American Journal of Lipid Research. And Vegan Power Lab is saying, is that a made up name?
I don't know. I couldn't find anything on it.
Wait, is this an actual American?
Yeah, can we find if that's an actual journal? Actually, that's actually a good point. Oh, I hope it's made up. I hope it's made up. Oh my God, I hope it's made up. Oh no,
there's
no, it's
the-
a real journal. Journal of Lipid Research. I have it. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna.
it's not the American Journal, but it's Journal of Lipid Research. But carnivore diet. Can you find anything?
I'm looking it up right now. Nope, I found something on actual carnivores like bears and pandas. Guinea pig.
Amazing. Amazing. But let's keep on going. We can go for another
Okay.
10 more
Wow.
minutes.
I
See,
can't.
we can see what she gives for the second way the carnivore diet works and the third way.
Okay, let's go.
Let's see. Yes, she says that the American Journal of Lipid Research, they conclude the metabolic benefits of the carnivore diet, including reductions in fasting insulin levels and improvements. But this one was definitely not the survey, right, that we were looking at. The survey had a different name. So
yeah, no, I don't know what she's referring to.
Levels and improvements in lipid profiles, further supporting its ability to reverse hyperinsulinemia. Now that your chronic blood sugar spikes will stop, your blood sugar finally has a chance to go back to normal. And since the cause behind type 2 diabetes is chronically elevated blood sugar and insulin levels, you guessed it, a carnivore diet can reverse diabetes and other autoimmune diseases. A landmark clinical trial publication reported complete remission of diabetes in a significant proportion of participants following a carnivore diet for 12 months, accompanied by substantial reductions in HbA1c levels and improvements in insulin sensitivity. Similarly, findings from a meta-analysis published in The Lancet demonstrated superior glycemic control and reduced medication dependence among individuals adhering to.
Again, what was that? What is the study she's talking about?
The Lancet? Hold on. There's a study in The Lancet reviewing the carnivore diet?
This one, a landmark clinical trial publication.
Complete remission of diabetes.
Because I clicked all the links.
For 12 months? Hold on. Hold on a second. Also, a landmark clinical trial publication, that's just a generic name for a study. That's not actually it's not the title of the study.
I would assume it's some sort of randomized controlled trial in a clinical setting. Because I clicked all the links that she gave in her sources, and there was nothing.
When I look that up, the first study that comes up on PubMed is severe type 2 diabetes remission using a very low calorie ketogenic diet. So that's not the carnivore diet. And that's also a low calorie. So again, it probably was driven by weight loss.
So I'm going to click through all the links one more time. So the first link is altered energy metabolism in Alzheimer's disease. Then she's just got nothing there.
Like, here's
Vitamin
the thing.
B12 and cognition.
I can understand if you're genuinely convinced, or like if you're genuinely like misled or confused, but this is just complete dishonesty. She is making up these names, like making up titles for these studies that A, she didn't link, and B, when we try and find them ourselves, don't exist. That's how what am I saying? How much more dishonest can you get? How much more of like an echo chamber or like a grifter can you be? You know, like I don't get it.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps she forgot to put them in her sources, but I'm almost on the top of the page again. I've opened up like 13 links.
Yeah, you and Vegan Postmortem, you guys are always extra charitable. Yeah, not me, man.
Yeah, I cannot find what clinical trial she's talking about, to be honest.
Yeah, no, when I look it up, like word for word, when I look up complete remission of diabetes, carnivore diet, something along those lines, the only thing I get is the severe type 2 diabetes remission using a very low calorie ketogenic diet, which essentially just confirms that low calorie ketogenic diets are great for weight loss. And that, we don't know if it's specifically something inherently special about the keto diet, because there's the Canadian Journal of, some Canadian Journal of Diabetes, or they have a nice breakdown, and any sort of diets which lead to weight loss can lead to diabetes remission. So yeah. Right. Maybe I think why I say like combine them is because I know it seems like a lot of people are like are able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Implement a keto diet, like better in their lives. Like they're able to lose weight that way. Like apparently, like it does work for people for weight loss. But that's not the carnivore diet. And also that doesn't encompass any other health outcomes. And yeah, like you said, I think any diet, as long as you lose weight, are going to improve your symptoms.
A1C levels and improvements in insulin sensitivity. Similarly, findings from a meta-analysis published in The Lancet demonstrated superior glycemic control and reduced medication dependence among individuals adhering to a carnivore diet compared to traditional diabetes management strategies. So did you catch that part about the medications? Because that doesn't only apply to people fighting diabetes. Heartburn, fatty liver disease or alcoholic fatty liver disease, blood pressure issues, gut issues like IBS, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, and skin issues like psoriasis, acne, eczema, and
I'm just going to go a little bit forward because I can see her.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
going to mention another study, and we've opened all the links. So I want to see if this one comes up.
optimizing
also,
nutrient absorption and providing
just so everybody knows, I went to the Lancet and I looked up carnivore diet, and yeah, nothing comes up.
I wasn't sure if when she was talking about the Lancet, what did she say specifically?
She said there was a study in the there was a study in the Lancet that showed X health outcome or whatever.
With the carnivore diet. Oh.
Yeah. And literally nothing. Sorry, go ahead.
Let's just have a quick look. Okay, back. Well, what did she say? Oh yeah, among individuals adhering to a carnivore diet. So she's saying there's something in the Lancet
additional diet,
which you cannot find, huh?
Correct.
Okay, let's see this one. The Journal of Nutrition and American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Wait a minute, that was a study which we had. She did have an American Journal of Cardiology. Okay, that's still saturated fats.
Was it one of the ACJN links?
Yeah, that was American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Okay, that's B12 and cognition in the elderly. Was there another 8?
Yeah, there was 2. There was one more. I thought, or no, was it just one? Oh no, that one. Yeah, there's 2.
Bioactive omega-3 fatty acids.
Isn't that the best, where you like make claims in your video and cite journals, and then the links you put in the description don't match what you're citing? Isn't that just the best?
Yeah, it is quite funny. Okay, so let's maybe go into the last one, because we can't sort of fact check what she's saying if the sources aren't really matching up, right?
Oh my God, this is just a nightmare.
felt every single day, specifically all of the amazing things that were happening up here. A carnivore diet will not only help you feel better physically, it will force you to think better. The carnivore diet just seems to work really well in giving your overall brain health a real boost. Imagine your brain as a high-speed train hurtling through a vast landscape of thoughts, memories, and emotions. On the carnivore diet, this train is fueled by premium-grade whole omega-3 fatty acids, choline, and vitamins B12, keeping its engines running smoothly, tracks well maintained, and passengers content. Let's quickly go through what these vital nutrients do and why they're so important. Meat is a rich source of omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA. These essential fatty...
I'm pretty certain meat is not a rich source of EPA and DHA.
So we did a reaction to Kent Carnivore, and in his response, right, there was a part where he's looking at a sirloin. The frame is on a sirloin steak, and he says, "You're looking at vitamin A, omega-3, vitamin D," and I looked it up. Do you know how much vitamin A is in a sirloin steak? Nothing. It's barely anything, because it's skeletal muscle tissue. It's not organ. It's not organ meat. Do you know how much vitamin D is in that? Almost nothing. Do you know how many omega-3s is in that? Almost nothing. It's not rich sources of any of these nutrients. They have trace amounts, and then they just say they're in there. That's not how that works.
Yeah, someone did a post about this on LinkedIn the other day. I don't know if you use LinkedIn, but they were saying that potentially grass-fed animals have a higher content in their flesh of, but it's literally negligible when you compare, what the actual total amount is. It's just potentially grass-fed flesh, from animals fed grass is a little bit higher in, omega-3 fatty acids, but compared to other foods, it's literally nothing. It's just comparing the omega-3 content of one piece of flesh to another, really.
Right, or compared to what you need, like your daily value, or what you need. It's not going to make you meet your daily value just by eating skeletal muscle tissue. It's not happening.
And she also talks about choline, and she didn't really provide, again, no evidence. We opened all the links, nothing to do with choline on brain as far as I can remember.
It sounds like she linked as many studies as she could find on a meat-based diet or carnivore diet, something with B12, something with Alzheimer's, and then she's just making a bunch of other claims that she's not providing evidence for.
This is when you're releasing content this much, is when you're releasing, videos like this, so often and so long, it's going to be not really well, fact checked. It's a lot harder anyway. Nutrition Made Simple is a rare case where every week he has one video where he really is diligent of what he presents, but it's quite difficult to make a well-made video that is fully referenced, that is 16 minutes long when you're making so many claims. But
it's especially hard when the evidence doesn't exist, but
especially hard when you're trying to cherry pick some outliers, and when these outliers aren't even there and you want to see. But there was something on diabetes I saw in one of her references.
She didn't she put a reference for omega-3 as well?
Yeah.
Something about omega-3s. But it's probably just a generic benefit of omega-3s, which, again, steak is not a rich source of omega-3s.
It was like bioactive omega-3 fatty acids are associated with reduced risk and severity of COVID infection. Okay.
Wait, but most carnivore dieters I know don't even believe in COVID. So that's the thing, man. It's, oh my God.
Yeah.
I am just sick of this.
But no, I want to open up her study. It's account of 2 cases of diabetes with remarks. But it's from, I cannot even open, there's no abstract available, and I cannot even, it's like a scanned copy of a book.
Do you know what the best was? I'm assuming you watched that debate with Dr. Matthew Nagra and Anthony Chafee, where he had just that page out of a textbook showing how big humans were before agriculture or something.
This one it's just a page out of a book that.
Yeah. And Dr. Matthew Nagra's like, where is this from? He's like, well, it's from a book. He's like, okay, do you have a source? Can you show it? Is there other context? And he was like,
this is her reference, okay? Can you see?
Yeah. Oh my God, I think I know where this is from. Somebody sent this to me in a comment on YouTube. I think this is from, I could be wrong, but it looks like it. It's from the that expedition that guy did. Maybe. Oh no, that was years after. Sorry, never mind. This is 1797. Never mind. Yeah. Sorry.
Because I saw in her source it said 1797. I thought that cannot be true. The year.
What? Why would you cite something from the 1700s?
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is just, I could do this all day because I get such a kick out of it. You just gotta laugh at it. It's just insane.
There's Captain Meredith of the Royal Artillers. He voided about 12 quarts of urine in 24 hours. Yeah, I don't.
I think I agree. Epidemiology, all of it is trash. It doesn't show causality. But this, we really got to follow the captains of the world who have done research in the 1700s.
But I'm still trying to see what this story is about. So he complained about constant pain in the region of the kidneys extending forward. This captain. He had not been particularly restricted in diet, which consisted of animal food and vegetables, and he drank a port from a pint. He drank from a pint to a bottle of port wine daily. Yeah, I don't know why she's got this in her.
Hold on, and it's in like old English too. Like he oofed exercise. Like it's in a bunch of old language. Like, and the thing is, like, that's like, it's fine if there was something really reliable back then, but this is not it. This is not it.
Okay, that is not it. Okay, I think basically
we're done, man.
We've covered the video there, basically. To summarize, lots of claims, potentially some studies which don't exist, although we need to look into it. Potentially they're there somewhere. A reference to an old book from the, what was it? From the 1800s, right?
1797.
Yeah, so guys, I think we've covered it pretty well in 1 hour.
There's like, that's the thing is like, I understand maybe a mistake, like one mistake, right? But if you go through the video and everything is not adding up, there's no references for it, like, or the references that are there are either a social media survey or a book from 1797, like, I think we could call it a day. I think we could wrap it up.
Yeah, but it was great to do another episode. I think we should make this maybe a regular show if people enjoy it.
Yes. Put in the chat, comment if you enjoy this, because I'm down to do this every week. I love doing this. I could do this all day.
So guys, if you enjoyed this sort of episode, leave a comment saying you want more. Potentially, give us some reactions, some links. Vegan Power Lab is saying, regular show.
Awesome. Yeah. Any definitely send if you have any good things that maybe we miss, send any videos. You could send DM me on Instagram. I guess you could link it in a comment or something, but definitely reach out on Instagram.
Michael Askew is saying, thanks, Patrick and Brandon. Thanks for joining the show. Thanks for
thank you everybody who's watching.
And Pig Stream is saying, please, can I have some more? Maybe over the next few days, I might just do some individual reacting if you guys enjoy this. So if you want some individual reactions, let me know. I can just sit there looking at these videos. And because I've got a whole document, it's called The Quack Asylum. And I could also do some reactions to some Instagram videos. Because I think this is a lot easier. Than editing videos. Yeah,
and I was going to say, that's the thing is, like, unfortunately, there's just so much of this out there that we can do this. We could probably do this every week for, like, the rest of our life, unfortunately.
Every day, even.
Yeah. So I also do reaction videos on my channel. So I've been doing that once a week, too. So this is fun. There's so many videos, we might as well just take them all down. I enjoy this a lot.
Sub to logical consistency. I enjoyed your recent debate you had where you were debating, it was a guy with a pizza and he was talking about the seed oils. And then you pointed out that he's got seed oils in his pizza.
And he's like, dude, like, it's a Domino's pizza. It's like, then why? Yeah, I know. There's also junk food, vegan food. What are we talking about? Let's stay on topic. That guy was like, I do get people in my area who just show up to be dishonest and aggressive and just aren't there. He just kept rambling. Like, so many times I was like, okay, let's slow it down. Let's take one point at a time. And he just kept talking. Like, dude, it's not your show over here. Like, do you want to have a conversation or not?
So it's definitely a sub to logical consistency, guys. You'll enjoy it.
Thank you.
I always have a chuckle when I watch your videos. And just to be extra clear as Vegan Power Lab is saying seed oils aren't even bad for health. I agree. Out of all the foods in nutrition science, seed oils are one of the most consistently shown to be at the right dose, health promoting. Nobody's saying to drink liters of seed oils, but
yeah, especially when you swap
diet,
it out. Yeah, when you replace saturated fats with unsaturated fats from seed oils. Yeah, 100%. I don't know why people are saying this. They hear, especially when they put the word industrial in front of it. Industrial seed oils. Like, dude, you're not using motor oil to cook your food. It's fine. It's just like canola.
But even if seed oils were used in, for other uses such as greasing, oiling, bolts or doors, or in motor oil, who cares if it's health promoting, right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
And animal fats have also been used in other applications apart from eating, right?
That's a great point, actually. Yeah, that is a good point. Animal fats are used in a lot of things. So yeah, that's a great point.
So next time you should just bring that up if you're debating a carnivore, you should just be like, why are you eating butter? It's, used in whatever it's being used in.
Yeah. Or like lard. I know lard has been used in a lot of things.
Great. So thanks guys for tuning in, and see you next time for another episode.
Thank you,
Take
everybody.
care. Bye.